You can order the World Studies Teachers Pack for the autumn term, price £4, by contacting your local ITV company. Or send a cheque or postal order to Schools Office, Thames Television, 149 Tottenham Court Road, London, W1P 9LL.
Hardly can't pick it up. You look sick.
I'm still here.
Third speed.
Yes,
here?
Yes,
My father already made a name in the business, so I grew up in transport as a little girl. I have a little problem, you know. The disc. It's have a, not really a slam in it, but it have a noise in it. I'm my father's child, I'm my father's daughter. Because I sort of adapt my father's ways, the aggressiveness, the workaholic thing, you know. So I'm more my father than my mother. All right, I know I get honesty from you still, right? So you take the clutch to me and corner this, but don't take long here. Come back about 4 o'clock.
We can do it for 4 now.
All right, fine. All right. In transport, it means that you have to almost change your role as a woman. They claim that men have certain roles and women have certain roles, but I don't believe in that. Because I feel it's the mind that controls, the mind that gives the strength, you know? So you must be strong. That's very important. You must be persistent. So it's like you are being a man and being a woman at the same time. So it's like you have to be twice as good as a man to really accomplish even half what a man accomplished.
Joan is 9 months pregnant and still works every day. She runs a successful bus company in Kingston with her assistant, Claudette.
You don't hear it. So yes, dread.
In 1983, the bus service in Jamaica was privatized, and Joan bought 3 routes from the government. In addition to running her own big buses, she rents space on her routes to minibus owners.
Yes, sir. I say you talk to big woman, you don't have no manners. Eh? How about a warm now? You don't know when we stop the party. You know when we stop the party, so suppose to stop.
Where's the boss?
Get a report from you.
Who?
People.
People? People can't say me and do me not there, right? That joke business that.
Yeah, where your uniform then?
I want to get Chief.
She stopped the minibus to tell the driver and the conductor that they must wear their uniforms.
So get your shirt there.
Eh?
Transport authority.
Which is shirt? I want to go for them now.
Shirt and pants. Sell them there. You're going to try and get some. Go buy them. All right?
Yeah, man. All right. And straighten out yourself. I'm on street boy business for this.
What do you mean, street boy?
Right?
When Joan is policing her bus routes, she hires young men on a daily or hourly basis to help enforce her authority.
So when I look about money, we're not business to one blood clot go home. It's too business to one go home. Joan, you done deal with them? You done deal with them?
You don't know the message when you carry on.
I work, it's too business to one blood clot go home.
I don't want to use a strong word as pussy, but they earn a living from you.
Joan, you done with them? Make a man that again.
For you to monitor your money, you must have inspectors, and they can't be soft. You know, they have to, when people look at them, they know that they mean business, even though they may not. I mean, it's not necessary to rough up anybody, but they know that it's business, and they know if they don't pay it, it's going to be a hustle.
I want to share, you know. They'll go after the tree, no? Jump out, no, jump out business. From,
Halfway Tree is one of the busiest bus stops in the city. It's 5:30 and one of Joan's buses is full of passengers waiting to go home. She decided to take the bus around the block to check how it's running, despite the obvious irritation of all the passengers.
shut up your mouth. Come off of the bus if you don't want him to have the time. Right, just shut up your mouth.
I walk one.
As a woman in business, and as a black woman, it was a total struggle, man. The struggle is 10 times as great. I don't even know, I can't even describe it. The struggles and the hustling and the bustling and the competition. It takes out too much out of you, you know? So probably there are easier roads to life. You know, too struggling. As a black woman, you have a lot of obstacles. Doors take too long to open. It's frustrating. It's tiresome. It has a lot of negatives. We have to break down the barrier that men, they'll just look at you and say you're a woman. And because you're a woman, it's like they feel that they're superior. So you have to break it down in order to enter the network as an equal. But you have to be a little bit forceful.
22 minutes after midday, good afternoon to you, and welcome back to the continuation of the Public Eye. Welcome to you if you're just joining.
Hello, Dr. Brown. How are you? Oh, it's a long
Joan regularly contacts the local radio phone-in to air issues which concern her.
Thank you very much. Dr. Brown, I'm a little bit concerned about the Rotary Club voting against women entering the club. I think it's wrong, you know?
Let me play as devil's advocate. Why don't you get together with like-minded women and form an organization for women that would provide you with the opportunities for
Dr.
making
Brown,
those kinds of contacts?
it's like when during the colonial era, the white people used to say, why don't the Negroes get together and form their own club? Why they have to come into ours? But the important thing is who hold on to power.
At least once a month, Joan and Claudette take their children to one of the big tourist hotels on the North Coast to spend the weekend at the beach.
So who's gonna sleep where? You have there, you have there, and that's that.
Joan was recently married to a well-known Jamaican musician and has 5 children. She now brings them up on her own.
My father have my mother. And my father would have other women and live his life. But my mother would totally ignore it because she's the wife and she's number one, and it wouldn't really affect her because we are aware that in our culture the men have a lot of women. They never really keep you alone, whether or not you want to believe it. It's a reality. But when the outside woman becomes number one and you take in the back seat, that's the time you know you have to leave. That's the time for separation. So that's why I'm like this. That's why I'm alone.
Daddy will get here first. Don't go read now.
Yes, they need something to eat, you know?
You need something to eat?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my menu. Choose from that.
I want a cheeseburger and a Pepsi.
That's one. In Jamaican terms, I rub it into my children's head that they must learn to be independent, because this is a society where you have to have that amount of independence and drive into you, or else everybody will walk on your shoulder and reach it and you never make it. You'll always be at the bottom. So they have to learn that they didn't come in and dinner not prepared. They just call a cab, get some money and find a restaurant, eat and come back home. They have to learn to survive. It's a matter of survival. And I believe every child should learn how to survive. Aye. The birth. Rough, you know? Turn you off totally. Although I should really have so many children, but this one would turn you off totally. It was hard, you know? A lot of pain. I named him after our national hero, Marcus Garvey. Yes. You see, I believe in the teachings of Marcus Garvey. So he's Marcus Messiah, you know? And
He looks like me. And his ears is black. And his hands is soft. And right here is green. And his fingernails are long. That's all I have to say.
You love him?
For the day, yes.
Yes, I love him.
Of course I love him.
After the birth of Marcus Messiah, Joan spent some time at home with her family. She visited an old friend and neighbor to buy some vegetables and honey.
Here? Jed.
You say me want some callaloo. Eh? All right, give me some honey, okay? Yeah. I come here because it brings you back to the real you as a black person, the real culture, the realities to living, you know? Plus the dread said, this is heaven. To me, the Rasta man is close to nature. I think he's one of the closest human to nature because he most of his time is at one with nature. And all of us is from nature, you know. So that is, to me, a Rasta man, if he's really true, is reality. What?
So, we work today? So, when I monitor everything good and straight for all of the business.
Yeah.
For some minibus drivers, making ends meet is difficult. Joan sent her helpers to bring in Moses, one of the minibus owners who is behind with his rent.
Huh?
You know, and I pay them your face, sir.
No bother with it, man. You put your dirty pants on
How
my
that's so
clothes.
dirty, man?
Come now. Doggy. Today is Monday. Friday. Friday, you make sure you come pay up your balance.
All right.
Or else my lawyer gonna write you.
True.
Here?
I want you to take the boss business serious.
Then, you hear him say? Say Moses not take this business serious.
Everybody will not take a bad business serious. All right, man. No worry yourself. Now get take a complexion and join the crew. The vampire crew.
What have you want to know?
My little boy, I want to love my boy, he says. Big fish. Go on here, bro. Come.
My usual problems, you know. I have this guy who bought access to the route, you know. But boy, Moses take this thing for a joke. I can never get him to pay. He's always having a long story, you know.
I know them.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really want the guys to roughen it, you know. So I think I should, you know, find your advice whether or not I should take him to court or what would be the best way to deal with the situation.
Okay, based on his attitude so far, do you think we should send him a letter threatening to sue him or to send him a writ?
Yeah, I think if you send him the letter, he would understand that it's serious business. Friday?
Yeah, but I'm back up my money come here today because I know you want your money to spend. Because you spend everybody, go shop or anything and don't cause you extra. You can't have a jump and do your business, you know what I mean?
Excuse me.
But most of them in them thing, man.
The youngster say he will sell the little thing that
$20 my game. John.
No, come from 50 to 20.
Then we come to 20. Probably how I run my show, maybe other women would scoff at it. Maybe they would applaud it, you know. Because the business I'm in, it's a very tough business. Some men can't even survive into it. And I'm happy to say that I'm surviving, maybe not to the best, but I'm surviving. And it takes toughness and roughness to survive.
Yeah, what?